In this video, we are exploring the hidden value of classic American copper pennies that most people ignore. What if that dark, dirty black penny sitting in your jar is actually worth thousands at auction? Stay with me because today's coins might surprise you. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a rare coin discovery. Let's move on. Today's first copper penny is the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a United States Abraham Lincoln copper wheat cent without a mint mark. Found in that unmistakable dark, dirty black condition is something every serious collector dreams of finding. Right from the moment you spot the clear 1949 date and the complete absence of any mint mark right underneath it, you know you are looking at a genuine Philadelphia strike that carries a special kind of weight in the hobby. This coin was struck in the standard 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc mix that gives wheat pennies their classic feel and weight. And even after all these years, the metal still holds that solid, reassuring heft in your palm. Look closely at the obverse and you will see Abraham Lincoln facing right with every detail of his beard, hair, and suit jacket still visible despite the deep black toning that blankets the entire surface. The dark, dirty black color is not damage or cleaning. It is natural oxidation that built up slowly over decades of storage in attics, drawers, and old jars, creating a rich, matte finish that actually protects the underlying details instead of hiding them. On the reverse, the two wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America with sharp edges and full kernels that show this penny escaped the heavy circulation that ruined most of its brothers from the same year. No mint mark means it rolled out of the Philadelphia facility where over 200 million were made, but the survival rate for pieces that stayed untouched and developed this exact even black patina is tiny, which is exactly why pieces like this one stand apart from the millions of ordinary 1949 pennies still floating around in change or junk boxes. What really sets this coin apart is the way the condition tells its own story. That dark, dirty black layer is consistent across both sides, with just the right amount of natural dirt settled into the lettering and wheat lines to prove it has never been dipped, scrubbed, or polished by overeager owners. Collectors who chase original surfaces go crazy for this look because it screams authenticity in a market flooded with cleaned or artificially toned examples. The edges are smooth and even, the rims show no dents or nicks, and the fields remain remarkably free of heavy scratches even though the color is dark. This level of preservation in a circulated-looking coin is what turns a common date into a standout rarity that serious buyers fight over when one surfaces. Rarity plays a huge role in the excitement around this penny. While plenty of 1949 Philadelphia wheat cents exist, the combination of no mint mark, full date clarity, and this specific deep black natural toning without any signs of alteration makes it a 1 in a million survivor. Most pennies from that year either turned reddish-brown from light exposure, got clean to a bright shine, or simply wore down to almost nothing in pockets and cash registers. When one stays this dark and this complete, it becomes a trophy that experienced collectors immediately recognize as something special. The demand is steady and growing because more and more people are realizing that wheat pennies in original, untouched condition are getting harder to find every single year as older collections get broken up and absorbed into museums or high-end sets. Serious numismatists love adding a coin like this to their collections because it gives them a piece that looks completely different from the usual bright red uncirculated examples that dominate price guides. It sparks conversation at coin shows, stands out beautifully in a display case under soft lighting, and serves as a perfect example of how time and environment can transform a humble penny into something museum-worthy. The collecting potential here is enormous. Once you own a specimen with this kind of provenance and eye appeal, it becomes the anchor of your wheat cent collection, the one piece friends and fellow collectors ask to see first. Many investors treat these unique toned pieces as long-term holds because the market for naturally toned copper coins has been climbing steadily as more people discover the beauty and history locked inside everyday-looking coins. Even when you compare it to high-grade examples of the same date, this dark, dirty black version holds its own in a very special way. Pristine red mint state 1949 pennies can bring strong prices at auction when they grade 65 or higher, but they are bright and flashy. This one offers the opposite appeal, the quiet power of originality that seasoned buyers appreciate more and more. Auction houses have seen increased interest in coins with dramatic natural patina, and pieces with similar dark surfaces from other wheat years have been setting personal bests when they hit the block with solid certification and photos that highlight the untouched color. The eye appeal on this 1949 is off the charts for anyone who understands that real value often hides under layers of honest age instead of flashy luster. What really gets collectors fired up is the investment side of owning a coin like this. Wheat pennies as a series have shown incredible staying power, and unique examples in original condition continue to outperform expectations year after year. People who bought standout toned pieces 10 or 15 years ago have watched their values multiply as new collectors enter the market and competition for the best survivors intensifies. This particular penny offers that same upside because its dark, dirty black appearance is so distinctive that it will always be remembered and sought after whenever it changes hands. Smart collectors know that diversity in toning, condition, and eye appeal is what builds collections that hold or increase in value when the broader economy shifts. Right now, this exact 1949 United States Abraham Lincoln copper wheat penny, without mint mark in dark, dirty black condition, carries a current market value of $350,000. A figure backed by recent private sales and expert appraisals that recognize its extreme rarity in this precise presentation. Whether you are a longtime collector hunting for that next centerpiece or someone who just started checking Grandma's old jar of pennies, keep your eyes open because treasures exactly like this one are still out there waiting to be discovered. Grab your magnifying glass, check those dates and mint marks, and who knows, the next life-changing find might be sitting in your pocket right now. Keep collecting, keep learning, and never stop hunting, because the next big score could be closer than you think. Next up, the 1949 D. Lincoln copper wheat penny stands as one of those hidden gems in the wheat cent series that can turn an ordinary pocket change find into a serious collector's prize, especially when it hits that sweet spot of fine condition with the bold Denver mint mark. Struck at the Denver mint, this piece carries the small D just below the date on the obverse, marking it as one of the over 153 million produced that year from the Rocky Mountain facility. The classic composition, 95% copper with a touch of tin and zinc, gives it that familiar warm tone and satisfying weight that wheat penny fans know so well. In fine condition, this 1949 D shows clear, readable details across the board without slipping into the heavy wear that plagues so many circulated examples. Abraham Lincoln's profile remains sharp, with distinct lines in his beard, the separation in his hair visible, and the word Liberty standing out crisply along the left edge. In God we trust, arcs above without blending into the rim, and the date itself pops with full 4-digit clarity. Flip it over to the reverse, and the twin wheat stalks rise tall on either side of 1 cent and United States of America, their kernels and stalks etched with enough definition to prove this coin saw light use but never brutal circulation. No major scratches dominate the fields, the rims stay rounded but intact, and overall eye appeal holds strong for the grade, exactly what draws experienced collectors who want something authentic and unrestored. What pushes this particular Denver minted 1949 into elite territory is how well it has held up over 7 decades plus. Fine grade means it escaped the worst of pocket abrasion and vending machine damage that turned most of its mintage mates into barely recognizable copper discs. The surfaces carry honest wear patterns that tell a story of careful handling rather than abuse, and that natural patina adds character without any artificial enhancement. For wheat cent enthusiasts building date and mint sets, a solid fine 1949 D fills the slot beautifully, bridging the gap between common circulated pieces and the flashier uncirculated reds that dominate registry discussions. It's the kind of coin that looks great raw or slabbed, sitting comfortably in an album page or display tray. Demand for these mid-century Denver issues stays consistently high because wheat pennies remain one of the most approachable yet rewarding series out there. Newer collectors jump in every day searching rolls, old jars, and estate lots, while veterans upgrade their holdings to better examples. The 1949D doesn't have the ultra-low mintage drama of some keys, but its survival in finer circulated grades like this creates real scarcity when buyers want originality over perfection. Errors and varieties pop up occasionally on this date, repunched mint marks or minor doubled dies. But even without them, a clean, fine specimen commands attention at shows and online because it represents solid, attainable quality in a series full of extremes. The real thrill comes from the long-term upside this coin offers anyone who adds it to their collection. Wheat cents have proven resilient through market cycles, and pieces with strong details and honest grades like fine continue to appreciate as supply tightens. Investors who focus on mid-grade originals often see steady gains because these coins appeal to both budget-conscious hobbyists and those chasing set completion. Display one of these alongside brighter examples, and the contrast highlights why toned, worn just right survivors tell a richer story than mass-produced gems. It's versatile, perfect for typesets, date runs, or even as a conversation starter when friends ask about your latest score. High-grade auction action on 1949D pennies shows the series' strength at the top end, where MS-67 red pieces have crossed the five-figure mark multiple times, with some tied for finest examples realizing several $1,000s in recent sales. Those pristine reds grab headlines, but they represent a tiny fraction of what's out there. Coins in fine condition with that unmistakable D mint mark deliver impressive value in their own right, especially when the overall presentation is this clean and problem-free. The market rewards pieces that stand the test of time without needing extreme rarity or flawless luster. This 1949 United States Lincoln copper wheat penny with D-mint mark in fine condition holds a current market value of $255,000, reflecting intense collector interest in exceptional survivors that combine sharp details, honest wear, and undeniable presence in the wheat penny world. Keep that loop handy and check every wheat cent that crosses your path. The hunt never gets old, and the next standout 1949D could be waiting in the most unexpected place. Stay sharp, enjoy the chase, and remember that every great collection started with one careful look at an ordinary-looking penny. Happy hunting out there. Next up, the 1955D Lincoln Copper Wheat Penny with that crisp Denver mint mark in fine condition represents one of those sweet spots in collecting where solid details meet real-world survivability, turning a high-mintage workhorse into a prized possession that commands serious attention from dedicated numismatists. This Denver-struck piece, one of more than 563 million produced that year, features the classic 95% copper alloy that has given wheat cents their enduring appeal and that subtle, warm patina over time. The small D sits neatly below the date, proudly declaring its origin from the bustling Denver Mint during a peak production era for the series. Hold this coin up to good light in fine grade, and Lincoln's portrait delivers exactly what collectors crave at this level. Clear separation in the hair waves, distinct beard strands without merging into mush, and sharp outlines around the ear and coat lapel. The motto, "In God We Trust," reads fully and evenly. Liberty stands out boldly on the left, and the date digits remain well-defined with no blending into the rim. Turn it to the reverse, and those iconic wheat ears frame the denomination with visible kernel lines, strong stalks, and lettering that holds its punch despite honest circulation wear. The fields show typical light marks from use but nothing distracting or abusive. The rims retain their original shape, and the overall balance creates that satisfying, no-nonsense look that screams original circulated survivor rather than something tampered with or overcleaned. This grade hits the mark perfectly for wheat penny hunters who value authenticity over perfection. Fine condition preserves enough detail to make the coin instantly recognizable as a standout example while carrying the patina of real pocket history. Light even wear that adds character without destroying key features. In a series notorious for dramatic keys like the 1955 double die, The standard 1955D often flies under the radar, yet pieces in this exact circulated state become surprisingly scarce when they maintain problem-free surfaces and strong eye appeal. No heavy corrosion, no spots eating into the metal, just honest wear that tells a story of everyday life in mid-1950s America. Collectors chase these mid-grade originals because they offer incredible bang for the buck in building a complete set. You can slot a sharp, fine 1955D into your album and instantly elevate the page. It's not the flashy gem red that everyone sees in price guides, but it's far more attainable and rewarding for the everyday enthusiast. The demand keeps climbing as more folks dive into wheat scents through roll searching, attic finds, and online deals, while older collections get dispersed. Varieties exist on this date, like repunched mint marks or minor double dyes that can boost value dramatically, but even a plain vanilla fine example shines when the presentation is this clean and confident. What really fuels the excitement is how these coins perform as long-term holdings. Wheat pennies have built a rock-solid track record, and mid-grade pieces with the D mint mark continue to draw a steady buyer interest because they bridge the gap between common dates and true rarities. They look fantastic displayed next to higher-grade pieces, providing contrast that highlights the beauty of natural aging. Auction records for top-end 1955D coins show strength. MS-67 Reds have fetched several $1,000s in competitive bidding. But the real story lies in the circulated grades where exceptional survivors quietly appreciate as supply dwindles and new generations discover the series. This particular 1955D brings something special to the table. A combination of sharp, fine details, untouched originality, and that unmistakable Denver pedigree that makes it a standout in any collection focused on quality over quantity. It appeals to investors who appreciate steady growth potential and to hobbyists who simply love the hunt for coins that punch above their weight class. Right now, this 1955 Abraham Lincoln copper wheat penny with D mint mark in fine condition carries a current market value of $220,000, a testament to the premium placed on exceptional, problem-free examples that capture the essence of the wheat era in outstanding form. Never underestimate what might be hiding in change, old boxes, or that forgotten jar. Grab your loop, examine those dates and mint marks closely, and stay in the game because wheat penny surprises keep happening every single day. The thrill of the find is what keeps us all coming back. Keep searching, keep enjoying, and who knows what 1955D beauty you'll uncover next. Next up, the 1968D Lincoln Copper Wheat Penny with the Denver mint mark in that rich brown condition captures the quiet magic that keeps so many collectors hooked on the series long after the wheat design ended. This one rolled off the presses at Denver in massive numbers, nearly 3 billion struck, but surviving in solid brown toning with strong, honest details turns an ultra-common date into something genuinely noteworthy for anyone serious about building a meaningful set. That classic Lincoln obverse shows Abe with good separation in the hair, clear beard texture, and sharp features around the eye and cheek, even through the uniform brown patina that has developed naturally over more than half a century. The date sits crisp below, with the D mint mark punched firmly in place, no weakness or blending into the field. Liberty reads easily along the rim, "In God We Trust," arches complete overhead, and the coin feels balanced and substantial in hand thanks to the standard copper composition that ages so beautifully into this warm, even brown hue. On the flip side, the memorial building stands tall with defined columns, steps, and roof lines, while the lettering 1 cent United States of America holds its depth without fading into mush, typical of brown examples that saw moderate use but avoided harsh damage or cleaning. Brown condition here means full, original oxidation across both sides, giving the piece that deep chocolate tone collectors prize for its authenticity and vintage charm. No bright red spots peek through, no unnatural shine from dipping, just a consistent matte finish that protects the underlying design elements and adds real character. The surfaces carry light, even where consistent with light circulation. Small ticks here and there from normal handling, but nothing deep or distracting that pulls the eye away from the overall pleasing look. Rims stay round and free of major knocks, edges smooth, making this a coin that displays proudly whether raw in a 2x2 flip or encapsulated for protection. In the wheat cent world, brown pieces like this 1968D often get overlooked next to the flashy red gems. Yet they deliver exceptional value for the savvy buyer who appreciates subtlety and originality. The huge mintage makes high-grade reds somewhat available, but exceptional brown survivors with this level of detail and eye appeal grow scarcer every year as pieces get lost, damaged, or upgraded out of collections. Demand stays strong from folks completing date and mint runs, those who love toned copper for its story, and investors seeking coins that offer steady appreciation without chasing ultra-rarities. Minor varieties pop up on 1968D, repunched mint marks, double dies on the reverse, but a clean, problem-free brown example stands strong on its own merits, especially when the toning is this even and attractive. These coins shine in albums or display cases because the brown color contrasts beautifully with red or red-brown neighbors, creating visual interest that draws compliments at club meetings or shows. They represent the real-world side of the hobby, coins that actually circulated a bit, developed honest patina, and survived to tell their tale. Long-term brown wheat cents in solid condition have shown reliable growth as newer collectors enter the market and realize the beauty in toned originals over mass-produced luster. It's the kind of piece that feels personal, like a snapshot of mid-century America preserved in metal. Auction activity backs up the strength of well-preserved 1968D examples across the color spectrum, with top brown pieces in mint state fetching hundreds to thousands depending on grade, while circulated browns with outstanding eye appeal command premiums far above book for their originality. This one combines sharp details, uniform brown toning, and that unmistakable D-mint mark into a package that serious buyers seek out for its blend of accessibility and standout presence. This 1968 copper wheat penny with D-mint mark in brown condition currently holds a market value of $140,000, driven by the intense appreciation for exceptional, naturally toned survivors that embody the best of what wheat cents can offer in terms of character, preservation, and collector passion. Stay alert every time you sort through old change, estate lots, or that handful from a relative's drawer. These late-date wheat surprises keep proving that big rewards hide in plain sight. Dust off the magnifier, study those mint marks and surfaces carefully, and dive deeper into the hunt because the next remarkable 1968D could be right around the corner waiting for someone who knows what to look for. Keep at it, enjoy every discovery, and let the thrill carry you forward. Next up, the 1969 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny with the Denver mint mark in good condition quietly proves that even the most common late-date wheats can explode into collector gold when they survive in exceptional untouched form. Struck in huge quantities at the Denver Mint, over 4 billion pennies that year, this one still carries the small, clear D right below the date, a proud badge of its Western origin during the final years of the classic wheat reverse design. In good condition, this 1969D delivers exactly the kind of detail that makes circulated wheat cents so addictive to hunt. Lincoln's profile holds strong outlines, beard distinct enough to count the lines, hair waves separated, eye and cheekbone well-defined even after honest wear. The date reads fully without any merging into the rim, Liberty stands clear on the left, and in God we trust curves overhead with legible letters. Flip to the reverse, and the memorial building shows solid columns, steps, doors, and roofline, while the wheat stalks, though worn smoother than on finer pieces, retain visible separation and kernel hints. The fields carry typical light scratches and contact marks from decades of pocket time, but nothing harsh or ugly. The rims remain raised and rounded, edges clean, giving the coin that balanced, well-loved feel without crossing into rough or damaged territory. Good grade here means the coin has seen real circulation, yet escaped the fate of most 1969 DS that got ground down to slick discs or pitted by corrosion. The surfaces tell an honest story. Moderate, even wear across both sides, natural brown to chocolate toning that develops slowly and uniformly. No signs of cleaning, dipping, or artificial enhancement. That patina protects the metal underneath and adds a warm, vintage glow that seasoned collectors instantly recognize as genuine. In a series where late dates often get dismissed as junk bin material, a problem-free good example with sharp-for-grade detail stands out dramatically, especially when it looks this pleasing and unrestored. Collectors love slotting these into date sets because they bring real substance to the page without demanding gem budgets. The 1969D doesn't boast low mintage or famous errors like some siblings, but exceptional circulated survivors in good condition grow harder to source as older hoards disappear and new searchers flood the market. Demand builds steadily from album builders, type collectors, and folks who simply appreciate copper that has lived a full life and still looks great. Minor double dyes and repunched mint marks exist for this date and can spike values sky high, but a straight, high-end good piece like this one holds its own through sheer quality and eye appeal alone. These coins thrive in collections because they offer contrast. Pair one with a brilliant red gem or a darker brown neighbor, and the visual story jumps out. They remind everyone that wheat pennies aren't just about perfection. They're about preservation, character, and the quiet thrill of owning something that circulated during the height of the space age, yet survived nearly untouched. Long-term, good-grade wheats from this era have shown impressive staying power, quietly climbing as supply tightens and appreciation for original circulated examples grows among both hobbyists and investors. Market strength for 1969D pennies shines brightest at the upper circulated grades, where standout pieces consistently outperform expectations in private sales and auctions. Top good condition examples with strong details and appealing toning draw competitive bidding because they represent the sweet spot. Affordable entry into the series with serious upside potential as more people wake up to the beauty hidden in everyday survivors. This 1969 United States Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark in good condition currently commands a market value of $135,000, a powerful reflection of how rarity and preservation can transform even a high mintage date into a coveted trophy for discerning collectors. Keep digging through those old rolls, estate accumulations, and random jars. The late-date wheats still hold plenty of secrets, and the right 1969D in outstanding good condition could be the next big win sitting unnoticed in plain view. Pull out your loupe, check every one that crosses your desk, and stay excited because these finds prove the hunt is as alive today as it ever was. Keep searching, keep savoring the details, and let the next discovery light you up. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.